Hey everyone, my name is Webb. I'm the author of Das Leben in Deutschland. It's a transitional blog that I've been posting by myself in the beginning and now is being published by Young Germany. Within my last entry I talked about some focal points and differences between the US and Germany, and I wanted to expand upon that in a more personal way. So I'll be talking about the following 5 points with a German within the video. We'll talk about customer service, foods and establishments, parties, flirting and things like this, styles, trends, the Eurocentric trends that go around and that we hear so much about, and the last one being infrastructure. So joining me in this video is a very, very vivacious girl. Her name is Anna Zapp. Right, customer service is probably, in this country, is the worst thing I've ever experienced in my life. They are not, in the US, as many of you know, we have this tip-based service, and it really has a big impact on how we are treated as customers when we walk into a food establishment. I mean, it's really a big difference. I mean, what do you think about Germany, though? Like, why is it like this?
I don't know really why it's the way it is, but I can tell you that it's not really that well established. Like when you walk into a restaurant, mostly the waitress or the waiter isn't that nice to you. Maybe you're a special customer and they're particularly nice to you, but most of the time they just treat you like air. Maybe they don't even realize that you actually want to order something, or they give you the wrong food you didn't order, and they don't really care if it's like the wrong food. No, they are like, well, just eat it, it's food,
yeah, right.
And stuff like that. And also like when you're in the store willing to have some more information on, I don't know, a computer or something, and you ask someone who's obviously working there, they're like, sorry, not my section.
Yeah.
That's what you're gonna hear a lot. They just generally don't really care, whatever is not their concern, basically.
Right.
I'm sure you have this kind of saying in English too. In Germany we have it actually too, that the customer is actually the king. Like
yeah, the customer is always right.
Yeah, and we have that saying too, but that's not really how it's applied here.
No, it's not. I guess my favorite, I love so many places in the US.
Guys love fast food.
It would be hard to really put my finger down on one specific place, but I guess Taco Bell is probably my favorite place to go, as many of you know.
We don't have Taco Bell here in Germany.
No, it's coming soon. But anyway,
We're a sad country.
To be honest with you though, I would prefer, like, now that I've come to Germany, I would prefer a donut over a Taco Bell any day.
Döner is the holy grail.
Yeah, this giant half moon of bread, and then they just cut. It's like a gyro, actually. Yeah, but it's not quite the same. I mean, if it were, then it would be much more sensational in the US, and people would love it more. But I guess it's also a cultural thing. I mean, you guys just kind of like this stuff. I mean, like, I feel like people will probably go to a donut place more often than they'll go to McDonald's.
Yeah, definitely.
Or something. I mean, we have McDonald's here and KFC and Burger King and stuff, but I think, yeah, anyway, back to my point. This thing is a national phenomenon here. I mean, they stuff it with lettuce and onions and cheese and sauce. Yeah, they have this, like, ranch type sauce.
You can put meat in it, or falafel, or cheese, everything.
Yeah, French fries even. I had French fries, like, grilled and put into my doner wrap, and I was just like, oh. Right, I guess we eat a lot of potatoes. I mean, in the form of French fries, though.
Yeah, we eat a lot of potatoes in the original way, I guess.
Yeah.
And in many other ways, as you will figure out when you get here. We like sauce. We like pasta with all sorts of sauce. I prefer tomato sauce. You know that?
Yeah, yeah. Or really, yeah. Tomato soup poured all over noodles. That's essentially what she makes.
Yeah, and other than that, do you think that we eat something weird that you never tasted before?
Well, the biggest difference, honestly, especially with eating, that I notice is breakfast. I mean, in the U.S., some things like, you know, eggs and bacon and coffee and stuff like that, like, or cereal. A lot of kids, teenagers and kids, they'll eat a lot. But here, you know, I was a bit astonished, and it's been actually a huge help to me throughout the day, because they'll eat bread with, I mean, you guys eat bread with like some, you know, spread or meat, like an assortment of meats, just like cold cuts sort of, and then cheeses and,
and
Nutella and stuff like this.
Jam.
And then they'll eat like generally, I guess, a pretty heavy. Heavier lunch.
Yeah, we don't have like this lunch like you do, just like a little bit, like kind of a snack. We have like lunch, it's a really big meal. It's like we eat something hot dish.
Yeah, the hot dish is usually served in the afternoon.
Yeah, around 1.
And then it'll be like a light dinner. There's a candle on, like you just turn a switch and the candle's on.
You want to see the candle?
No, sure. It's a Yankee candle.
And it's a really pretty candle. That's what we smell right now. So far you're flirting, I feel like there is a big difference between Germany and the US. That's basically what we do in Germany. Yeah, so what we do in Germany is like, we meet up with our friends, obviously, and start like playing games, board games, and maybe drink a little. Usually it's when you go in a club at like 12, earliest, I guess. The clubs are open early at like 10 or 11, but no one's there, so you don't want to be the early bird sitting there alone. Like, oh,
and then I think that's a big difference, and you get used to it after a month or so. And coming from the U.S., we'll usually start I guess in college, you know, we start partying around 9.
No.
Yeah, but I mean, it's like we're ready for it. We're not like trying to wait all day and night to go and have fun. You know, I like that, and I miss that in some ways, because then we're done by 2 o'clock in the morning or 3 in the morning. And
yeah, you won't be done. I mean, like, obviously you can go home at 2 or 3, and many people are obviously doing it as well, but the clubs are mostly open. There's like no time limit. And like in big cities, they will be open until the last one is going home. Could be 6, could be 7.
Like, this is about the time, 6 or 7 in the morning, when a German guy will finally approach you to talk to you after they've been staring at you for about that. Sorry, German guys haven't been doing this with me, but I just noticed that they do this with girls very often. Their confidence, their fear of rejection is extraordinary. I wouldn't say it's hard to stereotype, but it seems that they have some kind of just a different approach to it. It's a big difference in the U.S. I think the guys are pretty aggressive. I was scrolling through Facebook the other day, or not the other day, but sometime around the World Cup, and some girl posted a status that said, yeah, soccer is just honestly really boring. If I wanted to watch people struggle to score for 90 minutes, I would just go out to the bar with my guy friends. They're like really aggressive and passionate about trying to pick up girls and stuff. It's like the cool thing to do, I guess. But I think it's a much different culture here. I mean, you know, you'll find that everywhere, of course, and you'll find different styles of flirting from person to person, and I think your experience will vary in every city, but I think that there are big differences.
And also the way we dance is obviously better. So Greg has the opinion that I'm not a good dancer. I'm not going to prove it to you because I know it, but I'm actually a really good dancer. I'm German. And Greg is a horrible dancer, and he's from where?
The US.
Just wanted to clear that
out.
But I
disagree with that point completely. In any case. So styles and trends, that's a big one. It's always been, for as long as I remember growing up, that Europe has been the leader in these sort of, yeah.
You lead a music industry, though.
Yeah, of course, yeah. We lead in certain things like music and entertainment, like, because I mean you're always gonna find, music like American songs. Every 4 out of 5 songs in the radio you're gonna hear an American band or an American.
You gotta feel like home.
And in the movie theaters, 97% of the movies are American made.
Yeah, and like there are also lots of sneak previews and movies that you can watch in original voice. So,
yeah, that's cool. Getting back to my original point, like the styles, I think that H&M is very popular. H&M.
Yeah, everyone goes to H&M, but the thing is, girls, everyone wears H&M too, so it's kind of like mainstream.
Yeah, you're gonna walk around and find a lot of people wearing the same things as you.
Yeah. What a lot of people do, actually I do it myself, and also lots of girls around my age, we just go to flea markets, and like there are so many bags and nice dresses and hats and whatever you can get at a flea market. So it's kind of, obviously in big cities we have second-hand shops and vintage shops, but you know the way now they got really expensive. But you go to a flea market, it's fun and it's a nice Sunday activity. And also we have this Mädchen Tauschflohmarkt, so you just kind of organize something in your flat and you invite all your girlfriends and they invite their girlfriends and they bring 5 to 10 pieces of their wardrobe they want to swap and get rid of, and you just kind of swap clothes.
Yeah, this is another trend and tendency that's a little bit different here in Germany, is they're like really open with social media and stuff like that. This is the way that they will find to connect regarding apartments and sharing a ride to a city or something, which is rather unheard of in the US. Honestly, people will just drive themselves.
Obviously in Germany the infrastructure is pretty good. In big cities especially.
A bit more prominently used here. I mean, as I mentioned in my last point, we all have cars in the US, and that's something that's like just extremely different. Getting used to relying on public transportation. I mean, because obviously most people don't ship their vehicle over on a boat from the US to here or something.
Yeah, right.
But obviously you have to get used to the public transportation because it's simply, most of the time, your only option.
Yeah, but the thing is, like, we have a lot. We have undergrounds, buses, and also usual trams, and they run almost every minute in like Berlin, Hamburg, Hanover or something. When you're in a small city it's rather difficult, but it's still like manageable. You just have to stick to the schedule and kind of find yourself through the city. But I think also that's kind of a way whole Europe is built, and you get to know the city way better that way, because you actually see, oh, the bus is going a detour, and like, oh, when I walk I can rather go straight line there. And what's also nice is that many people are riding bikes.
Yeah, and I think, again, as we've talked about in the past, we've talked about, her and I have talked about this individually, and honestly, I think it's just more of like a status thing in the US. If you say, oh yeah, no, I think I'll just take the bus. Like, I've even had people say to me, after I told them, oh yeah, I'm just taking the train over to the city or something, it's a 10-minute ride, they're like, what's with that? Well, we take trains here. You know, like, we're conscientious of the environment. We care about it, and like, it's efficient.
I just feel like if I would take a train like every day for like a distance for an hour, it would be really expensive.
Yeah.
So it's a good thing that as a student you have a semester ticket where you can get some rides for free. And what's also funny is that actually people who have a full-time job, like my best friend's dad, for example, he takes a ride to his workplace that's half an hour distance by train. Every day he has like a year ticket.
Yeah.
So that's what they actually do, even though they own their own car and they could go buy a car. It's just like...
And sometimes your company will even pay into it,
yeah.
too. There are some differences, but this is probably the biggest one that I've noticed as far as cultural aspects go, is people are way more accepting of it. Sure, I hope you guys can take something away from this. Yeah, we had the tendency to rant a little bit, but I think it's pretty helpful regarding some expectations you might have coming over here. If you'd like to, go on over to Young Germany and check out my blog, and you can find details about other things such as entering Germany.
Yeah, there will always be a few things that you might be nervous about or just curious about, and that's a good. And I feel like that would be a great help to me if I would be coming over.
Right. And if you have any questions, I will be posting my contact information in the bottom. I'll post the blog. You can leave comments. You can contact me personally via my Facebook page. Yeah, so just I hope everyone enjoyed this video, and have a nice trip to wherever you're going.
Bye!